Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Crimson Skies, where we play a bunch of pirates turned mercenary because they're too nice and too friendly and too huggable to be pirates. But we certainly try. We certainly try. As always, I am super excited. I've actually been really waiting all week to play this again. What feels like far too long to play this again. I'm fucking jazzed. I'm excited. I would like to welcome a whole bunch of new community members as well. Before we get going, as our doors have opened, you can catch all of our stuff. You can apply on D&D Beyond. You can apply on Roll20. And join our community and become a part of something even cooler. The Azure Adventurers Guild, which these guys may one day come across. I really don't know yet. They're doing some really cool shit right now. But let me get some thank yous out to Log and Man, Winter Dreams, Simply a Gamer, Dr. Eggnog, and Ender Grim Backup. What? Okay, whatever. I know you, Ender Grim. What you doing there, man? Thank you guys so much for following. Thank you for joining the family. And if you have just recently joined the family, don't forget to follow the Twitch channel so you know when we go live. And you can join us in Twitch chat and ask us questions. And even our players are in Twitch chat, able to ask questions as we go. So don't forget to hit that follow button. Hit that heart. Show some love. Other than that, we really have nothing else to talk about. We're going to kick some butt and have some good times tonight. We are down Sin for the first half. She will be back around midway through. So, getting right into it. When last we left off, the crew of the Cloud Cutter found yourselves entering Dullahan. A quiet little town set with two different layers, an upper and a lower layer. It's there that you found a rather large disparity between the two layers, the lower layer being quite poor and almost ramshackled looking from the sky, and the upper layer being rather wealthy looking, opulent. As you landed, you found yourselves being questioned by the port authority, effectively, and sent about your way. After getting a little bit of extra information, that there were children missing. So you went to the mayor's house to inquire about this issue. Found out some information and discovered that there's also a drow riding around on a pack of displacer beasts, estimated 12. It's a little worrisome, and it has caught your attention, but you have put, I believe, from my own point of view, the children on your first priority order. And as well, another quest from the senator himself of Dullahan to find the stone head of the Dullahan, which has been taken and gone missing. With these in place, you took yourselves off to the guard to the guard barracks, where you saw two separate parties, one from the lower quarter, one from the upper quarter. Three rather wealthy noble women getting a little ornery and violent, it seemed, with the lower quarter individuals, and possibly they might have gotten violent with the guards as well. Who knows? You guys interceded and began to have a conversation and found out some information. Now, you find yourselves heading to the lower quarter. I believe everyone except for Law and Awen heading to the lower quarter with your guide, Cassandra. A half-drow of deep purple skin, red eyes, and ashen hair, rather thin, who lost her husband, is a widow, and has lost her son as well. She brings you to her home so you guys could get some things to potentially give you some information and scry on where these individuals might be. That's where we're going to kick off. As Law and Awen are heading to get some suits, Cassandra brings Viamir, Sincere, Fixer, and Six down into the lower quarter. As you do, you see a large amount of stray animals moving through the alleyways, large rats, almost the kind that you remember old tales and playing old role-playing games where the first enemies you fight are giant rats, kind of a nod to adventurers of old. They're almost that size, they're that big. You see, as you move through following Cassandra, you see children actually chasing after these rats with kitchen knives tied to sticks, trying to spear them at a distance just due to their immense size. You see other adults, dirtied, muddied, worn, tired, all having worked hard days' work. You see some of them carrying axes over their shoulders just limply as they move through. You see some covered in soot with some mining gear ready to call it a day after a hard day's work. You see all types. There are some who are cleaner than others, who smell of fish, meat, manure, hay. They just seem to be working from all types of locations. You see some who are almost pristinely clean, but are wearing outfits of maids and butlers, making their way into the upper quarter. Cassandra leads you to her home, and it's not a bad-looking house. It's 2 stories. There is some heavy flaking of the paint, and some of the wood has seen far better days, and the shingles do seem to slowly be falling off. It's the only house, however, that does have shingles in the lower quarter. The nobility tend to keep everything up top, and the rest of us in this mess. They view themselves as far better than where they actually are. With Lokias as senator, we have hopes that some things will change. She stops for a moment. Would you consider crime a production? It would be crime or... There's really not a lot. We do a little bit of everything. There's cleaning, cobbling. We make some lower quality weapons. Down here they keep all the good iron and steel up top. But it's hard. There's not a lot for people to do. Most people resort to working in the forests, working in the mines, fishing off the coast, farming. She takes a moment to think, and up top they produce quality weapons, firearms, ammunition. They have a more legal way of getting information, and they make finer clothes. They have the most excellent silk weavers in all of Zaylen. Up in the upper quarter, whereas down here we rely heavily on the guild. When medicines are needed and the doctors that are here do not have the appropriate medicines, we rely on the guild to sneak into the upper quarter and get what we need. It does cause a lot of people to find themselves with broken bones and broken bodies, but the guards have, over the years, eased on their beatings and mostly drag someone to the upper quarter for a show and bring them back after a healing or two from a cleric. Make a survival check. Make a survival check. That's a 1. There don't appear to be. These kids are working as hard as they can, and they'll get stabs, but they're not good stabs. They're not giving oomph. There are some kids who are a little scared to poke at the rats. Totally. Make an attack roll. Don't nat 1 this, because you'll hit a kid. 18. Yeah, easy enough. You don't even have to roll damage. Just with your accuracy and with your training, you hits the rat square in the back of the head. It almost decapitates the rat as a whole. The kids drop their spears and go running at it, and as they do, they lift it, and it takes all of them to lift this thing, as it is quite large. One of them pulls the hand axe out and runs over to you, and, "Thanks, mister! Now we can go eat!" And they kind of like drag it off as a group. And they don't go too far. They actually just go further down the alleyway and knock at a door where you see a rather dirty-looking older man, maybe in his late 60s, a long, scraggly, grayish, dirtied, muddied beard, long, curly gray hair, rather kind of bulbous nose just due to his age, and kind of comes in, looks at it, and, "All right, let's go!" And the rat or the rat or the we're not giving you the rat. That's food. You can have your axe. Oh. Go ahead and make a I don't know what I want this roll to be. Make a roll a D100. Roll a D100 and add 85. Well, I have an NPC to make. Okay. All right. As you do, you hand this young pick a race. Let's see. What do I want him to be? What do I want to be? You hand this young this young hobgoblin boy. And his face is rather smooth for a hobgoblin. He only has 3 ridges along the forehead, and his nose is almost square along with his jaw. He's got a very kind of heroic look. He's thin, but there is some wiry muscle to him. He has bright yellow eyes. His hair, much like most hobgoblins, is jet black, set against his red skin. And it's cut short, but a little dirty and muddied, and as you kind of rub your hand out, it is covered in dirt and mud. He looks up to you and... Okay. All right. A great warrior. Yeah, sure. He does look to be absorbing this information, and you see the wheels just turning inside his head, and he just... Yeah. When do you become a warrior? I'm 8 right now. There is a great rat in the sewers that would be a good... Okay. Yeah. As you say that, as you as you say that, the kid just and just does his best to kind of copy your stance. He's a little uneven in his balance, but he's holding the hand axe and like one hand out. And as you go to hand him the gold 6, you look around and you do notice as he takes the gold and he's... Go ahead. Make a sleight of hand. You guys aren't getting player audio? Oh boy, that's no good. What the heck? What the heck?
Best RP moment ever.
God damn. Sorry, guys. Shit. Viamir's being a badass. God damn. God damn. Viamir has inspired a young hobgoblin boy to become a warrior. What was your sleight of hand check?
22.
22. You do slip him the gold after he gives his best war face and just screams and just and his stance is a little wobbly, but he looks like he might get the hang of it. As you hand him the gold, he just kind of like holds his hands together and just... He looks like he has no idea what to do with this.
You could pay with stuff. Maybe probably outside of this area. I don't know if you've ever been able to have anything like that.
Cassandra just kind of taps you on the shoulder and... I would suggest not giving the boy money.
He doesn't need it.
Will end up dead for that. There are people who will take that from him. If you are looking to help him, I would suggest you buying something in his size.
Good. Little one, come here. And I'll kneel down, re-summoning Guardian's Edge back into my hand.
Yep.
Give me that useless gold. That is a construct buy.
This is
you
food.
You will earn food by hunting, and you will inspire those around you to hunt with you. Here, and I'll hand him my rations.
Okay.
I got 10 of them.
You're handing him all the rations? He has...
How much can he carry?
He can carry the 10 rations. Like he has the
I'll give him like 3.
Okay. He will hand you the 20 gold and take the rations and just kind of like shove the hand axe into his pocket, and it kind of dangles out a little bit, and he holds it and he's like, and he looks up at you, Six, and he goes,
You used it.
I will also learn how to use a gun, too. Thank you for your kindness.
Maybe stay away from that a little bit. I know a lot of people that accidentally shoot themselves. So.
Well, I know you don't look down the barrel. You make other people look down the barrel and you pull the trigger.
Yeah, but people drop it, just stick with the hand axe. Get that settled first.
Okay. All right.
Remember, feed those that you lead first. It will build loyalty. And with that strength, you will be able to hunt all the rats you need.
Okay. With that, he runs off, and, yeah. Okay. He runs off with the rations, and he shouts, and the kids that he was with pop out of the alleyway door and see him carrying food, and they come rushing out. As they come rushing out, he sets down the rations, and he starts kind of like straightening up the ones who have the knife spears and kind of like patting them up, and he does what you showed him. He sets his feet kind of wide into a stance, and you hear him yell, and the other kids, he kind of like motions for them to follow, and they set themselves up and shout as well, as loud as they can, and you begin to hear these kids throughout the entire lower quarter just begin to shout loud as he starts teaching these other kids to be stronger, and he starts feeding the ones with weapons more food, and he starts feeding the ones without smaller portions of food, but still giving them food nonetheless. And he starts kind of looking around the alleyway, and you watch as he picks up like rocks, like good sized rocks, and then just swings them a bit, hands them to the kids who don't have weapons, finds broken pieces of 2x4, one of them, and they just start collecting weapons, and you see he starts talking with them, and some of them start to look a little afraid, and he goes, and you see him just kind of like throw his arms forward and stands and just shouts in their faces, and he keeps shouting in their faces until finally the others start shouting back at him and getting pumped up as they start pumping each other up for whatever is about to happen. You guys continue along the way as you stand in front of Cassandra's house now. It is the only house in the lower quarter with shingles. The rest are all thatch roofed. And she pushes open the front door, and the house is surprisingly clean. It's smaller than you'd expect. The entryway leads to a small mud room area with a living room, kitchen, dining room area all put together in one space that immediately leads to a stairwell that leads you upstairs. Around the home, you see a rather nice but aged leathered couch. The leather is starting to crack in places and has seen some weathering. The furniture for the dining room table and the chairs as well is old. Probably creaks when you sit in it or lean up against the table. The kitchenette is clean. The dishes are not piled up in the sink. Everything seems to be put away. The refrigerator also looks rather old and damaged, kind of rusted in some places. She motions and you simply just see bookshelves along the wall. There's no television, no entertainment other than reading and furthering your mind. We'll head upstairs. Please, follow me.
This is a very nice home. You have many things.
This is nicer than my tribal home in Glenlock, but yes, it is still quite nice. She leads you up the stairwell. The last room is my son's. This is mine and my husband's, and, well, former husband's, and the room on your right is the bathroom. If you'd like, I can show you around, or if you'd like, I can just let you into my son's room. But
we should probably get to investigating then.
Very well. She opens the door to her son's room, and inside you see a series of small bookshelves and a small wooden desk simply made of a few 2x4s and a flat piece of wood. You see a small bluish green painted chair with flecks kind of falling off. A dresser with clothes just stacked up on top of it. There's a series of photos, images of what looks like the boy's mother and father, both standing side by side with a larger family of half drow and human.
Is it not Cassandra?
It is Cassandra.
Okay.
It is Cassandra, but she is wearing a black obsidian armor that looks to be fitted and almost kind of has this radiant glow. Her helmet sitting in her arms, in her right arm, her husband standing on her left side, his sitting in his left arm, and you see the Zolanian plate. His uniform actually looks a bit more advanced than the guards here in Dullahan. It looks almost as if he was with an advanced operations team. The plate is heavier in the chest and kind of thins out and is form-fitted around the stomach, thighs, and boots and kneecaps. The plated gauntlets go up the forearm, and then there is just a single armor half wrap around the bicep on each arm. Shock white with a silver secondary plating around the stomach area. His helmet at his side, his rifle, you see, seems to have a underbarrel attachment, as well as this strange blue crystal along the edge of the connection between the barrel of the weapon and the under barrel. She, however, you notice her armor just has this unnatural glow, and everyone behind her, all the members of her clan, all are wearing the same armor. All their helmets down in their arms. Everyone kind of smiling, some showing stoic expressions. But you see these red markings along portions of her armor that look to be... who'd we lose?
Doro.
Awen.
Awen. Okay. Let me adjust cams real quick. There we go. Just gonna move 6. Oh, we're back.
He's back.
Beautiful. Okay. That's alright. And there we go. Okay. You see these red linings across her armor and decorations by the looks of it.
Is Cassandra still with us?
She is, yeah. And you notice that the armor almost, it does define slightly her chest, but it's not overly accentuated. It just seems to kind of press out to where her chest would be and then juts down with an angle and then flattens around her waist. She only has additional armoring around her thighs and around her boots up to her knees. Her gauntlets go just about to mid forearm on both arms, and you see she only has a shoulder padding on each arm. The rest of her uniform is a tight-fitted bodysuit that has no armoring on the biceps on either arm. It's mostly legs, stomach, chest, and shoulders that seem to have some padding. Probably your best guess would be for recoil. And around her chest, hanging, is a very strange firearm. It is almost kind of bizarre looking. It doesn't look like a gun that you would know, Six. It's pure black. It has a longer barrel with what looks like a pistol grip handle that has a slight swoop underneath for a stock. It looks like there is a place for her to grab the long barrel to steady her aim. But you notice that at the bottom there is a slight glow of red coming from the bottom where a normal pistol's magazine would be placed.
I'm gonna point at the picture and ask Cassandra. Might I ask, ma'am, what were your previous occupation or current occupation?
I was a citizen of Glenlock, of the, it doesn't matter which tribe, really, to be honest with you. But I'm a daughter of Glenlock. So, everything that you see there is my tribe, my friends, my family, the people that I grew up with, trained with, learned how to fight with. They are...
The other kids, were they also children of warriors?
No. My son just loves that photo. We don't get to see the extended family quite often, so...
You were a warrior, yes?
I still am. I still have my armor in my closet, and I have my husband's remains in our bedroom as well.
I'm sure he died in glorious battle.
Your husband's remains, like the bodily remains, or the armor?
Ashes.
Ashes. No, he did.
Right.
He unfortunately did not die in a glorious battle. He was murdered.
How long ago?
2 years ago.
That's a shame.
Here in Doulahan.
No. My husband still... Even though he was retired, still took jobs from the Zalins from Zalen's special operations teams, and he and his team went out to deal with a orc tribe. They were, from what I was allowed to see of his helmet's recordings, they were allowed to. They were doing quite a good job at reducing the orcs' numbers until they came up against the officers, I guess, of this orc horde. They killed a few, but were captured, brought back to life, given the time to heal and lick their wounds, and my husband was then given a choice. Fight the orc chieftain, win, and he and his team would be allowed to leave. Die, and the entire team would die.
So he did die in glorious battle, obviously.
No.
He didn't fight the orc chieftain.
The chieftain toyed with him. These orcs were larger than most. You look at an orc and you see a large 6 to 7 foot brute. These were...
He died with a blade in his hand. That's all that matters.
The way he died was not an honorable death. There was no fair fight. He was being toyed with. The orc chieftain was a woman who stood maybe 8 to 9 feet tall and wielded the largest great axe I've ever seen in my life. He shot at her and she nimbly dodged out of the way or deflected his ammunition. Then he got into melee range with his bayonet and hit her twice, and she didn't seem to be fazed or affected. After that, she slammed her great axe into his chest and opened his chest cavity in the way that someone would split a piece of wood. And while he had
was no
his...
match for her, but obviously, again, he didn't die cowering, fleeing.
I don't think that's the point. I don't think that's the point.
It's fine.
Right now.
While he breathed his last breath, though, his heart was ripped out of his chest and she ate it. And then the rest of the recording that I got to see before they shut it off was her group devouring the rest of the team, flesh and all, as she proceeded to eat my husband. And that was all I got to see. They cut it off before I could see the whole thing, but
not pertinent to this investigation.
no. But you asked.
Yeah, I did. I thought it might be like kind of pertinent.
All
Since
right.
you guys are clearly warriors.
Let's get back to the task at hand, shall we?
You do your thing. I'm gonna go back downstairs and sit around in your nice accommodations.
Right.
I'll be in my
Cassandra,
room.
is there, just real quick before you leave, one of the most important things, possessions of your son, what would it be? This picture, or is there something else he holds more dear and near and dear to his heart?
She kind of looks around and she makes her way into the room and picks up a small, probably not a small hat, but it's tightened small. A hat that's seen some wear and tear. It has the symbol of Dullahan stitched into the top of the hat. It is kind of a grayish steel marble color. She hands it to you, and this was my husband's, and he wears it every day. Well, did.
We might have to borrow it for a little bit to
Oh, that's
see if we can.
Fine. That's fine.
If that's the case, ma'am, then why don't you go back to your room? It's been a long day. Get some rest. While we do our job.
Have plenty of energy, but if you need me, I will be sitting there and perusing over my things.
Of
She
course.
turns and makes her way into her own room. At this point, Fixer casting
I was about
tech
to
magic.
turn to. Sorry, I was gonna turn to Fixer and
Yep.
talk to him about that. So yeah.
As he does, Fixer, using detect magic, he picks up a large swath of magic coming from the other room, from her room. It is strong magic, and it bears evocation and divination and abjuration magics to it. In here, there is no trace of extra magic inside of the child's room.
Okay.
It is magic-less, so to speak.
Okay. Then I'll just kind of look around, see if there's any traces of anything that doesn't seem like there's that would belong to a kid or something
Okay.
like that. Outside of the hat, of course. But
Fixer will help you in this, so go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage.
okay. That is a 19.
19. Okay. Looking around as you investigate the area, you notice a scratch mark that's almost impossible to notice on the windowsill. It's so small, it barely caught your eye. However, as you lift the window pane, you notice it goes all the way down the outside of the windowsill, as if something had clawed its way up here, opened the window, and then entered within. The last thing you and Fixer both notice as you're examining that is there's, probably best guess, where Cassandra was sitting, a ring, very faint, very, very, very faint. Oh, it almost resembles dust. A ring that looks to be where a small woman would have sat, of fine greenish yellow powder. Very, very fine. It easily blends in with dust.
Let's see. Do I have anything in my inventory of possessions? Well, no. 6 doesn't have anything in his possessions besides his gun. I would ask Fixer to see if he is able to collect some of the dust, the powder.
Okay.
I don't know what he has in his inventory, but legitimately, my equipment is just the rapier, the gun, and my jacket. That's about it.
Let me take a peek at Fixer's sheet. What does Fixer have? Fixer has a dagger. That's a good start. Let's see here. He does not have any empty vials, unfortunately.
I'm gonna go and knock on Cassandra's door then.
Her door is open, and she's actually standing, her arms crossed in front of her closet. As you enter, she looks and, yes.
Ma'am, do you have any vials or glass jars or some sort of container that we would be able to get something powdery like and not have it contaminated?
There's some cups downstairs. Feel free to take one.
All right. I'll go and grab a cup, and I turn to her and kind of smile as the Tabaxi can grin and not be just cat-like, but it's just kind of, he's like, we found a couple of clues. I think the officials might have missed them, might have not, but after this and the scrying that we can do with the helmet, I think we have a head start. Something like that.
Good to know. As you head down, Fixer is on the ground scraping with his knife as much of this powder, this dust-like substance off the ground as best as possible. Vimir, as 6 comes down, what are you doing?
Vimir is he's sitting on the couch, just minding his own business, keeping a lookout, not overly interested in anything. There was a lot of talking previous to this, and now there's more talking and looking, and it's not quite a hunt in his mind. Okay. So he's bored.
Go ahead and make a perception check as you're just kind of chilling there, looking around.
And I think that is plus foul. Yep. No, plus 5. Okay. 12.
12. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, even with that stealth rating, that is not going to beat that. Okay. You notice, as you're sitting around on the couch, there's a large central window in between some of the bookshelves. And you notice people walking by, not really paying much attention. She does have some very sheer curtains that kind of hang in front to offer a bit of privacy. And at one point, just as 6 is making his way down, there's a man in a large brown, like a dark brown leather trench coat. Makes his way past, and you notice that he does have underneath the trench coat is a leather hood pulled up. He kind of gives a look, stops, stares in for a moment, kind of goes up to the window and just kind of covers one eye up against the window and looks in, focuses for a moment, sees you, and just moves at a much faster pace, as if he noticed you on the couch. He just heads off at a quick pace.
And I noticed him notice me, yeah?
Yeah. It's one of those things where the lighting inside, not the greatest, and the lighting outside being a rather bright sunny day today, you saw him lit up, clear as day, lean in, put his nose in, look in, see you, and then just dart off.
Vimir will take off. He sees 6.
Yeah, 6 is just coming down at this point.
Somebody saw us and ran, and Vimir goes.
Okay. Vimir goes.
I don't. I'm just gonna go and quickly grab a cup, run up to Fixer.
Actually, Sincere's there with you. Sincere's going to, I'm coming! And chases after with Vimir.
I'm gonna use my feline agility to give the cup to Fixer and be like, "Get the powder. I don't know what's going on, but Vimir just booked. Sin followed. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna make sure."
You give Fixer the cup. He has a knife full of this yellow powder. And what? Okay.
Just stay here. Just look at the helm or something. Keep it safe.
Right. Okay. It's a hat. As you run off, as you just kind of like start scraping this greenish yellow powder into the cup. As the three of you start booking down with your agility, you're able to catch up to Sincere and Vimir as the two of them are just booking it through the lower quarters streets. Vimir, go ahead and make a perception check. See if you still see this guy. 9. Oh, come on, a nat 1? Eat a dick.
For once, you're rolling low on this show?
He's got a +7 modifier, too. All he needed was a 2. Shit. As you start booking it after him, you spot him in the crowd. He is actually now running. As he looks back, you see what looks to be a slightly tan face with some tattooings along the side and a very vibrant green eye. He looks back, sees you, and puts his head down and starts running as fast as he can. He is doing everything within his power to get away from you. From you three. Currently, the distance between the three of you is about 60 feet. You tell me what you want to do, and it'll debate whether or not we roll initiative.
Vimir will run past him. With a dash.
Okay.
And be like, "Why are you running from me?"
How far past him do you get at 60 feet?
At 60 feet, I have 45 foot of movement, so 45 and 45 is 90.
90.
So I get 30 feet in front of him. How's the terrain that would determine?
It is a street with alleyways. There's crates and boxes and barrels all around the area.
So Vimir would just like run past him and get right in front of him.
Okay, just like square right in front of him. You just cut him right off.
Yeah, and just be like,
all right.
Why?
As you get in front of me, just shit, backpedals, and he's gonna try and skirt around you to the best of his ability.
You're right behind him, by the way. I'm coming up right behind him too.
Yeah. Vimir, he gets a what the fuck is 13 plus 7? 20. He gets a 20 on his acrobatics check, as he's gonna try and roll around you and escape you. He's not disengaging or anything. For the sake of it, you have an opportunity to do something to try and stop him, get in his way, grab him, whatever you want to do. Maybe clock him in the side of the head. He seems to, as he like stutter steps and stalls in front of you, kind of leans to the left side, puts a hand down, and starts rotating his body as he tries to just slip around you.
I just want to like shoulder check him. Because I rolled, if Vimir would remember the last time he engaged somebody in the streets. So he just wants to kind of like trip him up.
Okay, make an athletics check. All you gotta do is beat a 20.
Can I also just try to?
I haven't rolled above a 10 this entire time. Oh, there it is, nat 20.
Fuck. He goes
to do anything.
He goes to move around you, and you just drive your knee into the side of his rib cage, and just jam your elbow directly to his spine. As you do, he just collapses to the ground.
Can I, with that, like get on top of him and just like mount up where like I pin his arms with my legs and then put my forearm on the back of his neck.
Absolutely. You quickly just throw your body down, driving your knees right into his triceps and putting all your weight down on them as you then lean down, putting your forearm right into the back of his neck and just shit. At this point, Six, you and Sin catch up and he's just, fuck mate, come on, let me go. Let me go. You're making a scene.
We're in an alleyway, right? It doesn't.
No, you guys are in the middle of the lower quarter street. There are people who are looking, but no one's really doing anything. He's just going like, you're making it. Come on now, you're making a scene. Let me go. Fucking hate. Like, get off me.
Out of character, who has the dimensional shackles?
Fixer, and Fixer is not with you guys.
It's just the only person that's not there, yeah.
Vimir will take out his rope and start hog-tying him.
Oh, come on. Shit. Fuck. Jesus. Come on.
Official business.
I take it, Six. You're just keeping guard on him as Sin just like pops the glaive out and just kind of like sets it up against his butt cheek.
This is official. I work for the Senate-mayor.
Senator.
Yeah.
Sin says to you.
Yep. We work for the senator.
People just kind of like. At least someone's... So, literally one guy walks past, and he's kind of old and crotchety looking. He looks to be like a rather old half-elf. Just this dark skin, long hair tied back into a nice dreaded ponytail, and just... It's about time someone's fucking cleaning up the streets.
Yep.
Makes his way, continuing on.
The senator, the senator, right? You talk to them.
Senator.
Right.
Senator.
Yeah, we're here for the senator. It's okay. Everything's going fine. Love you. As you tie him up, he's just fucking A. Come on, mate. Let me go. You don't gotta fucking do this. Come on, let me go, mate. You don't want this. Kind of trouble as you pick him up, his hood falls back, and you see a scraggly one side of black hair, the other dyed a brilliant blue. He has tattoos going down one side of his face, and the other side is just burned and kind of acid scarred on the other. His left eye is completely white. It's just a dead socket at this point. He's kind of fucking, hey, mate, come on, you don't want fucking anything to do with this. Let me go. What the fuck you tackling me for, eh?
Why are you looking at me?
What, you don't like his pretty face? Come on, mate, give me a kiss.
Vimir punches him in the face.
Easy enough. There, he's not actually. You know what? Make an attack roll. Make an attack roll. Unarmed strike.
I'm paying for that natural 20 by continuing to roll under 10.
Oof.
But that's still plus 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12.
As you go to punch him, he just ducks underneath the blow and, hey, come on now, you fucking got me tied up. What you fucking hit me for?
No, he didn't mean why are you looking at him right now? He meant why are you looking at him before when he was sitting on the couch.
I pick him up.
All right. Look. Here's the deal.
I start walking back with his.
Come on. As he starts walking, or are you carrying him over your shoulder?
Yeah. No. I. How big is he?
He's about.
Can I pick him up by the knots and just carry him like a handbag?
What's your carry weight? He's about 5'11". He seems to weigh maybe about 230 pounds, but it's muscle and he's kind of got a wiry muscle to him.
270 pounds of carrying weight, and I have 117 pounds on me.
You could drag him, but he can walk.
Can I throw him over my shoulder?
Good.
I'll do that.
Okay.
It's like kind of encumbered, just walking a little.
Yeah, he's moving slower. Vimir's moving slower. He's just, come on. Oof.
Does he resist?
Come on, mate. Fucking put me down. I've got 2 feet. I'm gonna walk. I'm not gonna run away with fucking tied hands. Come on. Put me a fuck down. Come on.
I'm gonna drop him very hard. Like, swing him onto the ground.
Okay. And he kind of starts shuffling his legs underneath him and picks himself up and just looks to Sin. Is he always like this?
6, you deal with this, right?
Yeah.
Then do whatever you do, because I just want to fucking kill this guy.
Yeah, but
Every time he opens
before-
his mouth, I want to just murder him.
The fuck did I do, huh? You fucking...
So yeah, let's go.
He's still talking. He's still talking.
Let's go back to that.
Sin 6. Somebody please just before I.
It would be good if you just stopped talking. He just rolls his eyes and...
Well, stop talking with all that other stuff, but you still got to answer my question. Why were you looking in, walking away with a brisk pace, and then running when we started chasing after you?
He looks over his shoulder at Vimir. Looks at you.
He looked in the window. He saw me and then ran.
No, you could talk if you were answering my question.
Don't talk.
No, Vimir, did you not let
Continue
me?
shaking your head. I like this a lot better.
This guy now, seeing this dysfunction, just has a wide grin on his face. He's just like, oh, yeah, this is good.
Vimir, move a little bit further on so you don't have to hear his voice as much. But let me go and question him and actually get answers from him and not just shaking and nodding his head. How's that?
He's yours then.
Yeah. And if you move, your hands are tied right now, and I could shoot wings off of a fly.
Vimir
At
goes
60
back to the
feet.
house.
Okay. You head back to the house. Sincere just stands right behind him, occasionally tapping him on the butt with her glaive. Just...
And that glaive is real sharp. You don't want that thing in your ass right now. So, real quick. Now that he's gone and I could actually have you talk, why were you looking through the window and walking away briskly?
It's my job to check in on the old lady.
It's your job. Are you from the guild?
I am from the guild, and she owes the guild favours, and we take when we want. So I was going to check in and take what I want.
Favors.
Oh yeah.
What sort of favors does she owe the guild for? And
I cannot share guild contract information. If you want, you can find where the guild hides. But I'm not allowed to tell you that. You'll have to kill me for that one. And even then, I won't tell you in death.
well, gotta have something to corroborate your story. You're gonna have to stop talking again because we're gonna go back there and he's gonna be there. Let's go. And then I'm just gonna grab him and just
All right.
continue back to her Cassandra's house.
Penny pinches, pickled dillies, pickle willy, dilly wickles. There, I got that out of my system. Your friend's a bit of a brute, he is, you know that? I don't think I
Yeah,
like
that's
him
why.
too much. I felt his lily tillywhacker hanging. Is he not wearing underwear under that fucking thing?
Yeah, I've never been that close to him, and I don't really need to care that much.
That's gross. He should put on underwear or something. There's something to hold that whole mesh together. It's gross. Oh look, here we
maybe
are.
Maybe he likes the airiness of it. I don't know. I mean, y'all humans are weird, and I'm just gonna push him into the. Y'all other humanoids are weird, and I'm gonna push him into the house. And it's like, time to stop talking.
Sin follows in. Vaimir, we brought your friend back. Don't kill him.
All I heard was kill him.
No, don't.
No, he's gonna cooperate and stop talking right now, right? I'm gonna go and fetch Cassandra.
All
And
right.
then I'm gonna go upstairs. And
Can I go
once again-
shave off? I'll summon Guardian's Edge. There's like a counter or something, right? Made out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just start shaving off some pieces.
So you're damaging her property. Okay.
Yes.
Can I hear that while I'm going up the stairs?
No, that's just
Okay.
you gotta wait and just kind of whittling away at a table.
I'm just gonna go
just-
upstairs.
Just 20 pieces.
Okay.
I'm just gonna knock on the open door and be like, ma'am, we caught someone looking in and everything. Says he's from the guild looking for favors and everything. Just wanted to corroborate on the story.
Yeah, let him go. Just let him go.
You know, if you're in any other trouble, we're kind of obliged to help out as well.
Not even remotely obliged.
Of course, I know.
That was out of character, obviously.
Oh, of course.
My lips are sealed. I cannot speak.
Something tells me this guild isn't really that beneficial to these parts.
To some, yes. To others, unfortunately, my lips are sealed and I cannot speak.
Well, we'll cross that bridge and sometime else. I'm just gonna go down the stairs, and it's like, well, orders are to let you go.
Whose orders?
Meaning that we don't have any authority to keep them here. And we don't want to cause too much extra trouble while looking for the children.
So why was he here? Spying in.
He's part of the guild.
What guild?
As you ask that, he just pulls his hands up.
And I was like, we're not stopping you. You could leave now.
He just takes the rope off on the other side, undoes the knot, and sets it down.
Thanks for leaving the rope, though.
Turns, stops, looks at Sincere, and just makes his way out.
Vimir launches a fucking hand axe into the fucking back of him, like he has.
I'm
Okay.
gonna shoot the hand axe.
He has
I'm gonna
no-
try to shoot the hand
He has
axe.
no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna
Fuck
shoot the hand axe.
He
Okay.
asked the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I want to do this?
I have my
Contested
my-
attack rolls?
Shh, I mean, I have my gunslinging sleight of hand. If you want me to see if I have the reaction to shoot that thing, but I'm
literally
going to
have
try to shoot
no
that
idea
thing
what's going on.
You do. Okay, go ahead.
was spying on. They said he's from the guild.
Go ahead and
That
go
means
ahead
nothing
and
to me.
go ahead and make a
Yeah,
trick shot.
I know.
Go ahead and make a trick shot. It has to beat Viamir's attack roll.
Okay. Yep.
I think that's fair.
That's
26.
That might do it. Let me do the math. $23.
Oh my god. Thank God.
As you do, he stops and he turns and pulls the hood up and just, well, it was nice working with you, boys and little lady. I'll be back later. And he just keeps.
And then I was just like, Vimir, we don't need to pick a fight with pretty much everybody. Pretty much the place that tries to keep this entire lower sector and protection and keeping it hostage at the same time. That man was coming here definitely not for any nice means, searching for favors and stuff, but Cassandra says she owes him.
Say these things before.
I was trying to before you tried to chuck an axe at him.
At this point,
I mean,
we spent what 5 minutes walking back, and you just said, "Oh, he works for the guild." I don't know what the fuck that means.
at this point,
I know.
Cassandra comes sliding down the stairs on one side, kind of laying up against it. Her firearm that you saw in the photo raised and up and looking at the room, not seeing anything. She just, stop shooting in my house. Makes her way back up the stairs.
6, you understand? I am not from this world.
You understand that I'm not really from this world either. I can't deal with stuff like this that much. The only thing that I know how to
You
Is
say
the
he's
only
from the
fact-
guild. That means nothing to me. What
it means
guild?
nothing to me too. It means nothing to me too. All right. I just know that this particular guild has favors on Cassandra, probably favors on a lot of these people down here, and I know that they have some sort of either criminal activity or some sort of protection deal going on for all of these people.
I don't know what any of that means. Does the
All right,
guild rule
let's
this
break it
area?
down. Let's break it down.
The guild rules this area.
Pretty much. The underground.
That's all you need to say. What guild though? You didn't ask. What's the name?
I have no clue, and he wasn't gonna say anything.
I
And we're
couldn't
gonna have to
even
look
tell.
for that. See, that's the thing. If you didn't tie the ropes hard enough for him to be able to stay tied, we didn't have to deal with that shit right now. You could have made him talk, but we'd have to go into another fight for no goddamn reason. We're trying to search for children right now, and this is way too much to take on.
What if they are the ones taking the children?
If they're the one taking the children, then we cross that bridge when we get there. And we deal with the guild then.
I don't understand this metaphor.
It's fine. It's fine. Just stay back on your couch and stop cutting pieces off the lady's furniture.
No, that was to question him.
You gonna splinters? Really? All right, let's just get the hat, and get back to the captain and law. And I can't deal with this shit no more. Fixer.
Fixer's
The
down.
hat.
Fixer's down there holding a teacup and just kind of like, yeah,
Hat in the cup. Let's go.
Right.
We out. We're out of here.
right. He looks to Sin
I'm gonna
and
go
just
back up.
Madam.
shrugs.
I'm gonna go back to Cassandra in her room. I was like, ma'am, sorry for the intrusion. I had to placate a little bit of aggression, and that's the only reason why I shot. I'm sorry. Else there'd be a hand axe thrown, and that's not good either. But
I appreciate
from all of
it.
this, we got the hat. We're gonna be able to try to use some sort of magical means. I did find a scratch mark, some green powder around a circle where I think you were sitting. So someone didn't want you to be in that room at the time of the kidnapping, and someone did come through the window. We're taking these leads, and we're gonna see if we can find something. But until then, you just sit tight, and whatever you have to do with the guild and that business, that's on you. We're not gonna bother that.
I understand.
I nod and then just go downstairs.
Okay. At that moment, as you came in, she was putting her weapon away. She does, closes up, and a few moments later makes her way down as you guys are heading out.
Not
Sin
quite.
and Fixer standing outside the door waiting on you guys. Weimar.
The armor that her husband was wearing, does it look like I could wear it?
The armor, so she doesn't have her husband's armor on hand, if that's what you're asking.
I want to. Well, I'm
But-
asking if I can
but-
wear it.
Picture-wise, what is the you can wear up to medium
Up to
and
medium.
still rage?
Yep.
Let me get all the medium up. Let's see. And what are you wearing right now?
Half plate.
It does indeed look like something you could wear. It looks far more advanced than what you're wearing now, but it does look like something you could wear.
Vimir will approach the lady of the house.
So he passes by 6 when he does this.
Yep.
I'm just gonna mutter underneath my breath at Vimir, like, just don't stir up any more shit. And then I'm just gonna continue
Vimir
walking
just
downstairs.
farts in response.
Yep.
Okay.
Real civil-like.
She comes down at the bottom of the stairs and sees you approaching and... Yes?
It appears yourself and your husband were great warriors. I want to find your children. Because it's important. Also, I've watched the younglings run around hunting giant rats. You said they shouldn't have this money.
That is correct. Money will get them killed. They need food and better combat skills, but...
I don't understand how this money system works completely. But this was the money he tried to give them. Use it for them. And he'll hand over the 20 gold.
She looks at it and feels the weight of it and... Very well.
That's all. I
Six
Hope
just
you're-
stays silent the entire time. He's like around the area.
I hope your kids aren't dead.
And there we go. Right, Vimir, let's go. Thank you for your time, ma'am. And yeah, the keep the 20 gold. And Vimir, I understand. Let's go. That was a good gesture. Up until the you know, it's fine. We're out here. I'm just gonna very calmly.
I did good, guys.
Yeah, you did. It was a good gesture. You know, I didn't think of it. I didn't think of the 20 gold. You know, maybe I'm a little too selfish for that, but that's okay. Let's keep
That's
going.
okay. I'll teach you.
All right, that's good. That's good. But maybe don't say stuff like hoping. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna continue walking
All right.
out and.
As you guys make your way out, Awen, Law, where are you guys headed?
We are headed to Silken Sheets.
Alrighty.
The place that Shoemaker told us.
Yeah. Making your way to Silken Sheets, you find yourselves standing out in front of one of the probably most gaudiest looking seamstresses that you've ever seen, but you see the suits and the dresses and the summer clothing in the windows, and it is very, very exquisite. It looks like the coloring for this time of year, in Dullahan at least, appears to be a primary royal blue color with black trimmings and design patterns. Very subtle patterns, not overbearing. And there is an interesting piece on the back of the suits. Each one of them is a white spinal pattern going up the center of the suit on the back. Same with the dresses as well.
That's an interesting fashion, to say the least. I hope you have a little bit of coin, Awen. And Law will lead Awen inside.
Oh man, that's bad news. And we're just gonna kind of like, and just follow him, kind of do a little chuckle and follow him.
Okay.
I'm joking, Captain. I got you.
He just kind of shaking his head, like trying to like count on his fingers, like how much.
As you guys enter, you see this. You see this rather plump woman slipped into a dress that's probably 2 sizes smaller than what she should be wearing. It's a bright eggshell blue with silver trimmings along the edges and gold buttons going across the chest all the way down until about mid-stomach, with these gold cords going from each button across her chest. The dress portion of this is large and poofy, and it looks very Victorian. It's very old and dated, but the dress looks brand new. There's lace drapings every other fold in the dress going down, and all around the bottom you see this round lace trimming with patterns sewn in between. She looks at you, and you get a good view at her hair. It's beehived with large braids kind of going around as if it's got vines growing out of it. It's this bright platinum blonde, She has a rather large mole right here on the side of her face. A little bit too much red in the lipstick. And her eyes are a little too overshadowed. She looks at you and, well, hello there! Hello! Welcome! So good to have guests today!
Law, matching her energy, will tip his hat and be like, "Oh, darling, are you the purveyor of this fine establishment?"
As you do, she, oh, such a charmer. Yes, I am. Are you looking for a new outfit for you and your rugged companion?
Yes, we need something that's going to pass a little better with the nobles here in town. And as you can see, my suit has seen better days.
Very easy for me to do. Yes, it is quite disheveled looking. You do need something of a better quality, my boy. She comes over and she just pulls very dexterously, surprisingly enough, this measuring tape and just kind of lifts your arms and starts taking your measurements and going through the motions. And as she does, she, oh, you could use a proper bath too.
I'll put that on the list.
I would recommend the Bright Bubble Bathhouse is where you'd love to go for a good fragrant bath. I could even join you. She kind of just buffs the beehive a little bit. She finished.
Maybe when we're done with our fitting,
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
there.
She points you over to a stool and, please stand atop that if you would. It's rude for a lady to bend.
Law, get up onto the stool.
She starts taking your measurements and, fantastic, I have everything I need for you. And you, my ruggedly handsome elf, would you please step your way over here?
Yeah, no problem. You think you got something that's gonna make us look real good?
I do indeed. Your fashion is a little out of date, but I will make you look prim, proper, and I will even point you in the right direction for a shave. As she starts taking your measurements as well. She finishes, grabs a slip of paper, starts writing it down in a very swift cursive. Now, what would you like? Would you like proper Dullahanian fashion, or are you looking for a Zalanian chic look?
Well, I think for the task at hand, Dullahanian fashion is going to be the way to go. However, I do have a secondary request for myself.
Ooh.
I'm on the road a lot, and that's why my current suit is kind of in tatters. I'm wondering if you might have something that would heal and clean itself during my travels, and also be protective.
So you're looking for an armored variant, I see.
Very much so. Adventurers like us, we get into all kinds of scraps, so something that can protect these nice, well, I mean, I'm a pretty face. That's what I contribute to the group.
Well, every group needs a pretty face. She just kind of motions to herself and gives a smile and... So, let me get...
Definitely do more.
Let me get you my daughter. She's a bit more talented in the way of making armored garments. And, she'll want to make sure she gets every little thing right. She's even got a touch of talent for magic. If she wasn't so useless half the time. Give me one moment. She turns, and you see her face turn into almost a scowl, and she does not give a pretty scowl at all. Allison! Get your bottom half in here right now!
I'm gonna slide a hand and hit her with the wand to smile.
Oh, shit. What's the save on that?
The save on the Wand of Smiles is DC 10, and it's a natural 20 for 26 on sleight of hand to make sure she doesn't notice me.
She just made the save with an even 10 on the roll. But no one notices. As a few moments pass, she shouts again, "Allison!" And you see this rather meek and thin, almost emaciated looking girl make her way in. She's wearing a dress not as fine as this woman's. It's a rather nice, pleasant royal purple with black trimmings around the edges and around the bottom. The blouse is very simple and it hangs just below her shoulders, as just kind of like around the chest and a little lower. She looks up and her hair is cut into a short bob. It's a little mousy brown looking. And she herself has this kind of mousy cuteness about her with big brownish hazel eyes. She just, yes, Mother. This gentleman needs your work. Make it good and don't screw it up. Understand? Yes, Mother. Sir, if you would, please. And her mother just shouts your measurements out at her, and quickly she pulls out a piece of paper from her pocket and just starts writing down your measurements. Understood, Mother. Thank you. And she leads you into a private section. Off into
See you in a minute, Awen.
the corner. And Awen, she looks at you and, so, your name's Awen, is it? As her smile returns. So, what kind of colors would you like? I'll yell at you if it clashes, but it won't be mean. It will be sweet.
Eowyn just kind of like looks down. He's pretty much wearing like a vest and some raggedy pants. I don't know. Because I don't have any hair and I've got the the tannish kind of complexion. Was thinking maybe some sort of like purplish. Maybe it could be dark, or maybe some gold or silver.
Law pokes his head back out of the private room and says, "Ma'am, he is a captain of a ship. Make him look captainly."
Oh, you're a captain. Well, we'll have to give you the full 5-star treatment after all. I can't have you looking out of my shop like a commoner. Even amongst the nobility, I can't have you looking that way. So we'll have to do a Dullahanian pattern. Oh, yes, my boy, we're going to have to make you look simply scrumptious.
Does that include like a purple or like a gold or?
It will include a gold, yes, not a purple. Dullahan is famous for its blues and not quite with the purples.
Maybe like a dark blue, or maybe
can
like a dark blue with a gold.
Absolutely do a dark blue with a gold, and we'll have your undershirt, the collar of your... In fact, we'll do the entire undershirt for your suit. We'll do it a nice, brilliant blue, like the Dullahanian flame. Oh, you will look simply ravishing and delicious. Everyone will want a piece of you. Sit.
It has to be very flowy though, because I tend to move a lot, so I don't want it to be too kind of.
So you need movement with it as well. Can you show me some of your movement? And she kind of like takes a step back and braces herself up against the counter and just kind of throws her chest out a little bit.
Awen's just gonna try to do. He's just gonna try to do like a flip, like a back flip, just kind of moving his arms, throwing them, and try and chuck a backflip.
Alrighty, as you do, easy enough for you to do a backflip and just kind of throw your arms out and move easily. And Yes! Yes, I know exactly what to do for you. It will take me maybe 4 hours, and I can get it done for you. I will work quickly, and you will look beautiful, and handsome, and yes.
That's great. And yeah, I think Fixer said that he was gonna.
And
Or,
we'll
I'm
even.
sorry,
It doesn't matter what.
Law said he'd cover the cost. So
Then it doesn't
let us
matter
know.
what his name is. You're the captain here, after all. We'll make sure to get you some steel-tipped dress shoes as well. Give you a little extra oomph to your kicks. And we'll throw in gloves. Yes, leather gloves with some studdings, I imagine, to really make those hands shine a little bit more. Yes, it will be perfect. And she points, sit. Turn the TV to whatever you like. There's treats and drinks in the refrigerator, right in the center there, between the window seats. And she just immediately books it into the bag, leaving you alone.
Eowyn's gonna try to find a way to turn the TV on and look for some sort of news.
Okay. Flipping through the TV, easy enough, there is a remote. As it comes to the news, there is news. There was a temple to the Triune that recently had suffered a rather interesting problem. The citizenry had all been turned into stone statues. And you see there's a man standing there, and yeah, we were saved by a group of the adventurers guilds over in Silver Reef, known as the Azure Adventurers Guild, and they even gave us a spot of coin to make sure that we could get back up on our feet. The fields were untended, and some of the cattle and had gotten loose along with some of the horses, but we managed to get them all back, and with a little extra coin we've resupplied everything, but something has gone missing out of the temple. The sarcophagus was opened to a great halfling hero. Not quite sure if that was gone before the adventurers arrived, but they were a great help. As the camera cuts off of him, the person standing there, and well, it does turn out we do have a statement from the Azure Adventurers Guildmaster here in text. According to all hands that were on that mission, the item was taken by the individual that was there by force. They were unable to stop him. He proved too powerful and toyed with their lives. It seems that whoever this is a very dangerous foe, and is someone who could even best one of the top adventuring guilds in the world. Back to you, Tom. Heads back. Comes down to other bits and pieces of news, things that are happening, shifts in power, new elections being held in other races across Zaylin. There is a small clip of Lokias, where you see him sitting in the Senate chambers, and fellow senators, it is of the utmost importance that we learn to start treating every citizen in Zaylin with the utmost care. Ancient ways are long since past, sending our own people into slavery. It's time we change our ways, and we do things for the betterment of Zaylin as a whole. I'm not saying end the practices, but I am saying to change what no longer works for our people. There are a few small cheers. There's an older group of people that seem to kind of mumble to each other quietly, glaring at him. And Awen, what's your passive perception?
17.
You watch as the camera views at the larger scene. You see the hand of Lokias move, and a small spark of arcane energy just kind of flickers off the fingertips for a moment. It's almost impossible to catch, but with your passive, you're just able to catch it.
Lokias is the senator from Doulahan, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
the one you
Okay.
spoke with. In the meantime, as you're doing that, there are refreshments. As you open up the fridge, there's some chilled sandwiches, very small finger sandwiches, small little cans of carbonated beverages, water, juices, and the like. There's even small chilled nip bottles of wine inside as well.
Yeah, he's just gonna munch and take some sandwiches, some snacks, and have a little bit to drink as he waits.
Easy enough. Law, you find yourself inside of this private room with this very meager, mousy-looking girl. And she looks up to you every so often, makes eye contact, and looks down. And so, your measurements. What exactly are you looking for in terms of movability? These suits, for more protection, can sometimes limit certain movements, but it all depends on how durable you're looking for it to be.
I mean, I need to be able to run. I need to be able to stab with my rapier, cast spells, and shoot a gun. I'm no monk. I don't do backflips just for the heck of it.
So, standard, then. Very good. Are you looking for a tier 1 or tier 2 armor?
Something equivalent to what I'm wearing underneath of this, tier 2.
Very good. And you're looking for enchantments as well?
Yes, and he'll pull out his phone and show her a Hegan fashion. And he's like, I also wanted enchanted to be self-repairing, so if it gets cut, it'll mend itself, and self-cleaning, so if it gets dirty, it'll clean itself.
Okay. That will be expensive. That will be about 480 gold, but doable. And do you have specific colors that you would like?
Hegan fashion, so lighter blues, silvers. Hegan's my home city, and I prefer, as much as it's nice to have suits of multiple fashions, I like to dress in the fashion of my hometown.
Understood. So you're looking for more silks?
Yes, please. They're far more comfortable.
And breathability, movability, combat. Light blues. We'll do a primary silver trimmings on the suit coat and pants in a very nice light blue. We'll do an undershirt of a silver primary and a blue secondary design. And your vest will be of the blue with a silver design through it. Shoes will be black. And gloves or no gloves?
Gloves.
Fingerless or full?
Full. I don't like getting fingerprints on my instrument.
She pulls your hands towards her and just presses your hand in a mold that she just produces from her counter and just sets it down, holds it there, pulls another one out, sets it down, holds it there on the back half of your hand. Pulls out two more. Other hand, please.
He'll hand it over.
Same thing. Makes perfect imprints of your hand.
You seem good at your craft.
I am far better than my mother, but she is still a master at her craft.
You're not considered a master?
Not in my mother's eyes, no.
Well, I don't know how much of a fighter you are, but, there's always room for more people on a ship.
I am no fighter, that's for sure. But I appreciate
What all can you craft?
the offer. Clothing. I can enhance clothing with mage armor of varying qualities. If you have friends who wear armor, I could completely nullify their need to wear armor. And it's something I've been working on without anyone's knowledge. I've found a way to focus mage armor to last for its standard length and to be able to be turned on and off, and with enough focusing and enough arcane power you can raise it to match the level of a suit of plate armor, though it's not something that can be enchanted to gain you a bonus to your defensive capabilities. It's something that's a nice pair of clothing that you could wear to a gala and be defended by the equivalent of plate armor. I feel like
would you be interested in a different employer?
I would, but currently I'm in a contract for these designs.
What's your name?
Allison.
I happen to represent parties that might be interested in skills like yours. Let me make some calls.
I unfortunately have to fulfill my contract to individuals of great power and danger.
I can understand that, but I come from a fairly powerful family myself. Let me see what I can do for you. It's the least I could do for the wondrous suit you're going to be making. Contracts can be bought.
Not these ones. And she kind of leans in a way to where you can see slightly down her dress, and you see that there looks to be a tattooed marking right over her heart. It looks to be a mask with a dagger going through the center of it and a small coin purse that the dagger has pierced through.
Who is it you've gotten yourself into trouble with? He says very quietly. Just barely loud enough that she can hear.
My lips are sealed. I cannot speak.
Very well. I'll leave my information if you ever have interest.
I appreciate it. I will have your suit done within a week's time. The enchantments will take up most of that time.
Perfect. I just need a basic suit in the meantime in Dullahanian fashion as well. I'm sure that's
4
something
hours.
you'd be able to handle as well.
4 hours.
Perfect. Thank you.
He'll go sit in the waiting room.
He'll go join Awen.
Okay. Over the course of the next 4 hours, not even within that time, maybe an hour in, the rest of the gang shows up.
As soon as I get there, and I see, like, are they still in that like waiting room area?
They're still sitting in the waiting room. The TV's on. They're both sharing. Are you also partaking in drink?
Law!
Oh, yes.
They're both drinking small nips of either red or white wine. Just these small little nip bottles, and just kind of just sitting there.
Pinky
Law.
up.
I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna be like marching like straight towards Law. I'm guessing Weimer's doing the same thing.
Yeah. Sin and Fixer, I guess, both following in right behind you guys. I know Sin is.
I'm just like, Law. I need to speak with you. I need to speak
Shut
with you
up,
right now.
cat!
No, that's not. No, we're not dealing with this right now, right here. Law, I need to speak.
Talk to him first.
What? There's no turns and stuff like that. What?
How close together are you guys? Like, would you say within, like, a 10-foot radius of each other? Or, sorry, 20-foot area of each
Hearing this, by the way, you hear, "Oh, what is all this Oh, be still my heart! Are you all here together for suits, these fine young men?"
Fixer says,
Oh.
fuck this, and walks back out the door.
Law will
How
grab
rude.
Fixer's hood.
As soon as that
Captain.
happens,
Captain,
it's just like, Weimer, you could talk to Law first. I'm gonna, and I'm just gonna walk.
If you want to talk with me, please come in. Come in.
Captain, Law,
Oh,
sit down.
how rude! Fine, I'm not helping you. Allison,
I said
help them if they need anything. I have more important captains to deal with. As she turns, the young, mousy-looking girl comes out and... Hello. Anyone looking for a suit?
All right, so what did I miss? What's happening right now?
No.
Yeah, he wants your suit.
Hey, Allison.
She turns
With what
back.
we were talking about. How expensive would it be for a set of clothes that are as tough as half-plate armor?
Movement would be restricted. I would recommend using a vest instead of a coat. And judging by his stature and his lack of... Well, that's a very ugly kilt. You could do better. He would need a vest and a button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up and a looser threading around the shoulder, probably a size larger than he should actually be in.
Just money. How much would it cost?
600.
No magic.
650. To get the threadings right and the armor placed in the right positions.
We're in town doing some jobs. We'll talk once I have a little more coin. We're going to get you out of that metal and into something a little more comfortable.
She
Wait,
just
what?
kind of nods and turns back, going back into her work.
That
You
would
don't
be
like the-
fantastic. No, I fucking hate it.
Right. So let's get you into something more comfortable. I just need 600. We just need, what, 200 more gold from what I have right now, plus the 600 for yours. Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Sorry, not 200 more gold. I need about 80 more gold to afford my suit.
6 was handing gold out. We just get money from him.
I was handing gold out for some other cause. Not
Yeah,
having
see,
to-
he has gold. We'll get it from him. Give me your gold, 6.
No, I'm not giving any of you my gold to you. What is this? What is happening right now?
Well, Law needs the gold. That's what he said.
Yeah, law.
Vayamir,
Law
Vayamir,
needs the gold.
I
I'm
can
not-
make my own gold.
Oh,
You've seen me do it. I can get gold. I'm not worried.
I've seen you get gold from other people, yeah.
Correct. I'm not worried.
Right.
Anyway, so
Back to the task at hand.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that? You go talk to the captain. I'll go talk to Law.
Awen,
Yes.
Oh,
we went to the house of the people.
Okay. Did you guys find something there? And then
Yeah,
you guys
somebody
came back
was
here?
looking in on them. Part of this guild.
Were they
We
like,
know this
like,
guild.
like, were they like protecting them? Like, was
No,
it looking in or-
no.
so the
They
guild.
were very the opposite, and I'm very loud, so sick.
No,
hear this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I haven't left yet. And I was just kind of, if we're gonna start with this conversation, well, the lady that we spoke with, that missing her child, she's apparently had some sort of contract with them or anything, or some favors that they owe him.
6
But-
knows the guild.
No, I do not know the guild.
No, he knows the guild. He said they're part of the guild. Let them go.
They're
because
part
owe
of the guild. Yeah.
Those are the
Some-
words he said.
What?
I talked to Cassandra, and all she said was her lips were sealed.
Wait, which? I don't even know which guild you're talking about. Is that like a? Do we know the
Yeah,
name of
who
the
is-
guild?
There's more
Who
than
is
one
the
guild.
Awen, go ahead and make a history check. As a pirate of many seasons.
17.
17.
with my background, could I join in on this, being from a criminal family? I know I'm not from this area, but
Your DC is higher by a margin. 17. Awen.
nope.
Want to spend a
I'm
luck
not
point?
wasting luck on this.
Awen,
Oh, you want me to waste luck on this?
quick, where's my big bad evil monster? I'll just kill him now.
He's vulnerable.
His luck
He
is
used the luck.
His luck
Yeah.
is gone. Awen, as you think back, there are multiple different guilds that this could involve. This could involve a thieves' guild. This could involve a slavers' guild. Though, in Zaylan, while they are popular, they're not that prominent. Zaylan has a particular underground that is far worse than slavers. and more chivalrous than thieves. In a strange way. They are simply referred to as the Syndicate. Their soft term amongst the common folk is the Guild. And that's the one they choose to abide by. They have no qualms whatsoever dealing with slavery, prostitution, arms dealing, drugs, assassination, protection, racketeering, counterfeiting. They do it all. And occasionally they'll give back to the common folk, every now and then. Large sums, small sums, some as big as your head and bigger. But they are dangerous. In a city this size, in a town this size, they're probably not that influential. But you know, if you're gonna fuck with them, it's best to leave no witnesses. Kinda deal.
So as they're kind of talking about the guild, Awen's just gonna kind of chime in and be like, well, I mean, yeah, there could be a couple things you might be referring to. Did you get like a name from anyone? Like, are we dealing with like
Guild?
that's
Just
that,
2 words.
yeah, so, but they didn't give like any name or anything.
Nope.
I don't know why Six needs to repeat himself.
Yeah, so Vimir, there could be like multiple guilds depending on like what they're trying to do. Like it could be like slavers or traders.
Oh my
or...
god, he said he was from the guild. That's all he said.
I know, but what I was trying to get at is there's the
No,
guild.
he said he was from the guild.
And then like the guild is
We're not
kinda
getting anywhere.
This bad. It's like a bad.
Law casts silence around Vimir and Fixer and turns to Awen. Finish what you were saying so I can hear. They won't hear a thing, right?
I'm outside.
Or not Fixer, 6. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Fixer's like,
Why-
Fixer's
why-
not
Don't
trying
put
to-
that radius.
Is there a save for silence?
There is not. It
There
is
is-
just an area.
It's just an
of
area
silence
of dead sound. All right. As
for up to 10 minutes or as long as I concentrate.
as Six and Vimir are talking, the two of you hear at this moment no sound anymore.
I'm gonna try to move out of it as much as I can.
Vimir just continues on.
Easy enough for you, Six. You just kind of step a good couple feet to the side and hear
And then I
sound
just
again.
stop talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vimir just keeps going.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He notices that like everything else seems quiet, but he just assumes that they're listening to him for once.
Say, Law did not hide that he was casting, and you have seen him use this on Sin before.
No, he just shit.
So-
Let me roll.
So Vimir wouldn't be able to hear Awen then, right?
No, I don't know how the spell works precisely, but no, he keeps talking, just thinking everybody else just finally shut the fuck up and listen to him for once.
Oh man.
All right.
So,
Awen, please continue. Tell
So
us about
as it-
the guild.
So I mean, there's like just this kind of like this kind of guild that's kind of known around these parts. I kind of heard about it as I was traveling with some of the different captains and some of the pirate groups, and they're not a very good group. I mean, they kind of get their hands. You could almost call them like pirates, but it's kind of like, but they don't really like go on ships really that much. But they're kind of just stick to their areas. So they're just pretty much bad guys, and there's really nothing that they don't do. And if they're the ones messing around here, and if they're certainly involved with, you're saying they're maybe involved with the kids, and the disappearance of the kids?
Not necessarily involved with the kids, but definitely involved with that parent. And a lot of
Yeah.
people, a lot of the citizens from the lower
Do you have a
areas.
symbol?
Oh. Do they have any sort of known emblem symbol?
With your history check, not something you'd remember.
Okay. Not that I remember. Like it's mainly just been kind of what I've heard over the years. You know, they're like I said, they're a bad group, and you know there's just if any of these parents or even if any of the kids are getting involved with them, you know, it doesn't usually end well. But
No, she,
Um,
the lady that I was talking with, she's from a warrior clan. She's a warrior, but when spoken of about this guild, all she could keep repeating was that her lips were sealed and nothing else.
interesting.
There's something there, yeah. Well,
That's very interesting. Hey, Awen, does
yeah.
this ring any bells? And I'll use minor illusion to create the tattoo that he saw on Allison.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead and make a history check with advantage.
That is a 20 total. Oh well, nat 20. Sorry.
Oh,
I don't know if that.
it's a natural
It is
20.
a nat 20. Yes, I have a zero plus 0 in history.
Okay.
At this point, with casting, as he
For-
casts minor illusion, he'll also drop concentration on silent.
Okay. For once, I will break my rule of ability checks, nat 20s not being an automatic success for
Don't do
history, but because
Don't
of
do
the added gift of the symbol of being shown the image. I will give you a what's your proficiency modifier? A 3 or a 4?
Proficiency. What are we at now, guys?
Plus
we
3.
Are 3. Yeah, 3.
3. That is just enough. It is the symbol of the syndicate.
Yeah, I mean that kind of looks familiar. Where did you see that?
On Allison actually.
Who's Allison? Wait, that's the girl.
Yeah, that's the girl. The
So
girl that I tried to offer a job to and she declined.
she.
Do you think she's part of the guild?
I think she has a contract with them.
We should try to
because
talk
of
to
the
her.
symbol?
We should try
Let
to
me
talk
guess.
to her and see if she knows.
Because she had that symbol tattooed on her.
Let me guess. Her lips were sealed too.
She couldn't say a word about who she has a contract to and why she couldn't come work for my family in Hegan.
Vimir at this point has realized that they're carrying on a conversation without him that he cannot hear.
No, you can hear it now.
No, I dropped concentration on silence
Yeah.
when I cast minor illusion.
Okay. What? I heard. Did I hear the previous conversation or no?
You heard
You-
about
Silence, right? Like
The symbol.
You
symbol
heard
you
after
would
the
not.
symbol was shown. You
Silence
heard
doesn't-
everything after the symbol.
But so silence, you can't hear in or out.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
It stops all sound from passing through that space.
But as Fixer as Law asked about the
I'm outside.
symbol, as Law asked about the symbol, you hear the conversation after that.
is clearly something going on here.
I agree, but it's very big.
There's two different levels of people living. From where we entered to where we are.
Yes.
I don't think that has anything to do with this, though.
Of course it does.
It has something to do with the entirety of the Zaylan, is what Awen has mentioned.
Wait, I don't care. I didn't hear any of that.
It has more to do with the stuffy nobles than anything.
Yeah.
The guild takes. It sounds like they take advantage of people who are oppressed by the nobles.
Yeah. As they're talking about nobles, Awen's just gonna kind of think back.
Did we find anything on the
Remember
kids?
No, we haven't had a chance to go to the nobles' houses yet because we're waiting on our suits. We have to be presentable to go into a house of nobility.
Well, if that's the case, do we have...
What are nobles?
Oh God, how do I even begin?
That's just like the rich people with a lot of money.
Yeah,
Guys,
I mean,
outside is great.
What is?
I guess that's the easiest way to describe it.
Fixer, please roll a D100.
Do you mean the gold pieces?
Yes.
Yes.
People with
they
a
have
lot
them.
of gold pieces.
This is what separates you?
Yes, money. Lots of money. And
In
then
some places,
little
yes.
money.
Big old 14.
What? Why would you let such pathetic things determine who is important and who is not?
Well, you know how when you take the money and you give it to someone and they give you something back, like you could buy stuff. Like if you have a lot of money, you could buy a lot of good stuff, and if you don't have any money, then you can't buy anything. So
I can't.
then I
with
take
a lot
it.
of money.
I can't
Yeah,
speak for
most
you
people
longer-lived
don't like
races. I can't speak for you longer-lived races. I'm what? Not
I haven't
even
bought anything.
Maybe. But well, no. I'm just you elves. I'm young. Like I was born into the situation I'm in. I was born into the world as it is now. I can't say why people with more money started ruling over people with less money. I just know that it happened, and I live in that world.
Fixer.
A lot of people think.
The more of the gold
money
coins you
is
have,
power.
the more power you have.
In most instances.
The more influence you have, and the more you can convince people to do things for you, the more that you can control.
Fixer, as you stand outside, looking around, are you just actively looking, or are you just taking in the scenery as the day continues to move on?
Fixer actually, I feel like he'd be pulling out his phone and trying to, like, basically Google some of the things that he's heard to try to, like, just look for any strings to pull. Including the first thing that he would be doing would be Googling, or I don't know what it is in our world, but looking up common sleeping powders to see if he can find a match to try to...
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Information is easier to find up on the net.
26.
26.
Also known as Doodle.
There is a sleeping powder that is made, that was... You find an article on ancient sleeping powders, things that are now way out of use. Things that are very hard to come by, and only ancient creatures now still use it. It is known as a hag's breath.
Is it Hag's Breath?
Yep. It is quite strong and powerful, and it can put even the most hardiest of people out for the evening and leave them wondering how long they'd been asleep. It leaves this greenish-yellow powder and residue. It can be sprinkled gently on the nose, or it can be thrown in someone's face like a baseball. Or well, we're a mature channel, or a bag of cocaine. Just high enough doses have been known to put people into a coma and leave them that way. However, while you're looking into this, you don't even hear what's coming until you feel it. As an arrow impacts into your chest, buries the shaft almost about halfway. You do take Fixer. Shit. That's fair. 8, 7, 15, plus 5, plus 20, plus 5. You take 25 points of piercing damage as the arrow buries into your chest, and at the end of the arrow where there is the fletching is a note stapled to the arrow as you have this arrow in your chest now.
He was very close to the door. He just barely went outside, so he's going to like lurch through the door and like roll into a spot below a window.
Okay, as you do, you stumble in and the door opens. You guys see Fixer stumble in, an arrow protruding from his chest. It is sunk rather deep as he's holding it. There's blood pouring. Fixer, what are you doing?
He first commands Hawk to fly out and try to locate the origin.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check with Hawk. The rest of you see Fixer stumble in, bleeding, with an arrow in his chest and a note stapled to it.
Lal rush over.
Yeah. What happened?
14.
14.
I don't even fucking. Oh man.
Vladimir
shot
doesn't
me.
ask questions. He just runs his full movement forward.
Towards...
Where Fixer came from, right? Because
So
it
you-
didn't come
you're-
through a window or anything.
You're heading outside?
Yeah, he just... Wherever Fixer came from, he comes and summons...
As you do. So are you staying in the door, or are you like running out into the street, I guess is... Because he came in from outside, stumbling in from the door. So are you like standing there in the doorway? Or are you running out into the street, drawing your weapon?
I'll roll for this. All right, that's intelligence check 9. No, he runs out into the streets.
All right. As you run out into the streets and draw your weapon, people scream and start running. And you do draw the attention of some of the guards in the upper quarter that are slowly approaching you, weapons at the ready.
Awen's gonna follow. He's kind of just like, Fixer, what happened? And then sees Vladimir going out, and Awen's gonna follow him out the door.
Okay.
No weapon, just not yet at least.
After sending Hawk out, immediately he pulled the note off and started reading.
Okay.
He's just there like bleeding, but he's just kind of like,
Law is working on getting the arrow out of Fixer's chest.
Trying to look at the words, but there's blood on a lot of it.
Getting woozy.
All right. As you do, pulling the note out, giving it a read over, it reads very simply. Hello there, crew of the Cloud Cutter. What a nice little surprise that you're helping out the town. If I could make a piece of advice to you all, stop asking questions about the guild and don't restrain our members again. Let's keep things civilized between our groups. Mercenaries and our kind, we can always get along. If not, well, you can expect to have a surprise waiting for you in the future. We have no qualms about making you kill things you love. Sincerely yours, the Syndicate. With their guild stamp in red ink?
He finishes reading it and gets back up, stumbles out the door.
Oh no, Law pushes you back down to help with healing you. No. Sit down. You've got an arrow in your fucking chest. Sit down.
Okay, get them back inside here. There's no need to rush and do anything.
Fine, but you stay here and heal yourself. I'll deal with that shit outside.
At this point, the guards approach as they see you coming, Awen, and they kind of raise their rifles a bit more as they make a cautious approach. And what's going on? Why the weapon?
Law steps outside, arms up,
Did you shoot?
showing disarm.
We haven't shot anyone yet, though.
No, our friend, he was shot with an arrow.
We have guns. There's a difference between what we have and what an arrow is. You seem smart enough to realize that.
Yeah, but somebody shot him with an arrow. Did you see? Did anyone go by with a bow?
Nope.
Did you see anyone? Haven's gonna kind of look around and just be
Then
like,
you're useless.
Make a perception check.
yes.
Cure wounds, 11 damage, or 11 health.
All right.
26.
26. You see plenty of people all around, though you do not see anyone with a bow or an arrow.
Nothing with a bow. Dang. What's the street that or the area we're in? Is it like tall buildings?
You are in the upper quarter, and the buildings do vary between tall and kind of stocky, mid-height, maybe 3 stories. The tallest building is about 5 stories tall. The rest range between 2 and 5.
Looking up as well. Does he notice anything? Like, is there like a building across
Even-
the way, or
Even with as high as your perception check is, you don't spot anything. It's a very strange... You feel like there could still be someone watching, just trying to get it. There's nothing. At this point, though, with Viamir saying, then you're useless, the guards just raise their rifles. Are you going to put that away? Or do we have to put you in a cell for the evening?
Law walks up behind Viamir. Viamir, it's clear the threat's not out here. Or they'd attack again.
Does it look like an arrow would not have come out of this
Yes,
device?
yes, you've seen enough guns to know that.
I. Are you part of the guild?
They look to each other. What?
You heard me.
Viamir, they're guards. Let's go inside.
Yeah. Just. Yeah, and as Vimir or it was just gonna kind of like try to direct Vimir back in and just kind of look to the guards and be like, maybe you should be on the lookout for someone who has like a bow.
For the guild.
Like,
Look
they
for
might
the
be shooting
guild.
people.
Right. Why don't you get your friend inside and sober him up a bit?
Sober me up.
Well,
I haven't drinking any.
Hey, Awen, get Viamir inside. I'll talk with the guards.
Eowyn's gonna like he's like gonna like push but like lightly like towards Vimir, just kind of like, hey, let's go back inside. Maybe
So that
let's
like
go check on
chest,
Fixer.
that you're standing next to him, that like chest pat, and just kind of like nudging him
Yeah,
to.
hey big guy. Let's go check on Fixer and make sure he's okay, and yeah, let's just go do that. And he's just gonna slowly kind of just try to like press, and
Are you
in
gonna?
that pressing try to turn.
Are you gonna
Vimir.
resist your captain, Viamir?
Captain.
Vimir, there's no one out here. I don't see anyone, and it's not gonna do us any good fighting with these guards. Let's just go back in.
Oh, they're guards.
Yeah.
I thought they were part of the guild.
As they're in their full Zolanian guard armor.
So, Law will walk up to one of the guards, and he'll be like, "I'm not familiar with Zolanian custom when it comes to incidents like this. Is there any kind of official report that we can file with you? Again, our friend was just shot with an arrow. He ducked inside the closest building."
Go to the guard station. You can file a report there. If we catch you with weapons out again in town, you will be dealt with. Is that understood?
You make yourself crystal clear. Thank you.
Good to hear.
And Law will thank him and turn back to walk inside.
Okay. As you head back inside, all of you heading in. Fixer, the arrow pulled out of your chest. It hurt. You see the arrowhead is gnarled, and it almost swirls around like a drill bit. And every other piece of that arrowhead is chipped and seems to have this added extra tearing mechanism to it to just cause as much internal damage as it is shot in or pulled out. Luckily, you get your cure wounds in and heals up, but it is a nasty looking piece of work.
There's still a visible wound with that. And as they come walking in, they see Fixer taking notes on the structure of the arrowhead.
Law comes in and kneels down next to Fixer. You all right, bud?
Yeah. Yeah, he hands Law the note, say he can read it, but it says out loud, I think we need to be careful about who we hinder in the town. There's people that are willing to do things like that, and that was something that they did as a warning. So I suggest we should be careful for the rest of our time here.
Do they have the kids? Or the head?
Oh, I doubt it. Maybe the head, but
We will have to investigate further, and if it comes to that, then we will deal with it when it comes to it. But for the moment, we leave talk of the guild and we leave weapons away for now.
Oddly enough, despite all this kerfuffle, neither Allison nor her mother have come out. You guys have been pretty loud.
We were loud before, and they went back in. How long has it been since they said it was going to take 4 hours?
It's been about, at this point, an hour and a half in.
I mean, they're civilians, so maybe they heard noise and, duck and cover. So someone might want to go back there and tell them that everything's fine.
Okay. Who would like to do that?
Vimir.
Vimir, who are you checking in on?
Law's gonna go with Viamir.
No.
Nope.
He brushes him off.
It's following either way.
Okay. Who are you checking in on, Vimir?
The daughter.
Okay. As you poke in on Allison, she is frozen still. There's this red energy kind of rippling around her body that has her set in place. As you enter, it apologies. I should get back to work. Please. About your business.
Excuse me. And I'll close the door behind me.
As you just... Yes?
How you doing?
I am frightened.
Of what? Why are you frightened?
You have been asking things, and it has triggered things.
I don't understand any of that.
I'm sorry, my lips are sealed. I cannot speak.
So something I did cause you physical harm?
It wasn't harm. It was a stasis to prevent me from being harmed.
I'm even more confused.
She just stands there looking at the floor.
My name's Viamir.
Hello, Vimir. My name is Allison.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Viamir looks around the room.
Looking for anything in particular?
No.
Okay.
What do you do here, Allison?
I sew and make clothing, as my mother has taught me and trained me and ordered me to do so. I make more defensible suits, and I can do some mild enchanting.
Oh, that's pretty good. Um, why do you... How do you do it?
To what?
Make more defensible suits. My friend put me in this suit that I don't like, and he like points to the armor that he's wearing. He said it would defend me.
Yes, a half-plate suit will indeed keep you safe from bullets, arrows, blades.
Yeah.
The suits we craft, and she motions to the one that she's making for Law. We make I make specialty plates that bear the same durability to Tier 1 to Tier 12 armors. 12 being the highest, lowest being 1. Your friend has asked for a Tier 2 armor equivalent to
What tier is mine?
A half plate would be Tier 8.
Tier 8. So I have tier 8?
Armor, yes, but that can't be used in a suit. It's a full piece. I have specialty plates that I make, and they are equivalent. They are lighter, but they have the same equivalent durability as to what you wear.
None of that made any sense to me.
Understood.
So you just sit here and make armor?
Yes.
Make me armor.
That will be 650 gold pieces.
I don't care about gold pieces.
Then I cannot make you armor. I am sorry.
Why do you work for gold pieces?
Because it's how we feed ourselves, clothe ourselves, and get the things that we would like to get. Without it, there is no way
What would you
for...
like to get? I feed myself, I clothe myself. I don't care about your gold pieces. I do it on my own.
That is how you do it. That's not how civilized people do it.
Civilized.
I mean, no offense.
So gold is how you determine who's civilized.
Gold is how we determine how things are valued, not civilized.
What about this cloak? And I'll take it off and throw it on the floor.
As you throw the bear cloak down, she takes a look at it. That looked expensive, and...
No, I killed it. Not expensive.
Not everyone can kill things. She just keeps her head down the whole time.
Put you could make this bear cloak better.
I could make it into an actual cloak. This is just fur.
Well, of course. What else would it be?
She points to a wall, and there's an actual cloth cloak with hood.
Make that. What price?
From this?
Yeah, obviously.
She just kind of stares at it, looks up at you every so often, looks back down, sees that it's measured to your shoulder width, your body size, with or without the gaudy shoulder pads.
I want the claws.
So you don't care about the paws, you just want the claws?
Yeah. Oh. That's what kills things.
Do you want the claws decorating it, or do you want them just set aside?
I don't know what that means.
Do you want them hanging from it like trophies, or do you want them set aside for a different use?
Would you not use them to make it better?
I don't know what you mean.
Look how strong these claws are, and I'll punch a claw.
Make a make a strength check.
It's a 8 plus 7. 15, yeah?
You punch it. It holds. She... I cannot make weapons. I can add them as decorations. I
don't need weapons.
I don't know what you're looking for in terms of protection. I can turn them into clasps, buttons.
I don't know what any of... Well, I know what a button is. I've learned this.
The claws won't... I'm sorry, I don't think I can help you. She's just... At this point, she's shaking. She looks quite scared.
The Vladimir will take the bearskin cloak. Do what you can.
Uh, 150 gold pieces.
Um,
And I will make it repair itself. Should it get damaged? That's...
Oh, no. That it's for you. It's not a project. Use it.
Why? It's yours.
Now it's yours.
Why? No one gives me things. I don't deserve things.
We all deserve something. This is yours. Make it yours.
She just nods. She doesn't move, but you place it on her desk, on her counter, and she just sits there and just nods and just kind of tries to retreat into herself meekly. From what you can gather, she, as a survivalist, as someone who's lived alone, you can You see signs of a pup, of like a runt of a litter. Someone with very low confidence, doesn't have a lot of faith in themselves. She just seems very reserved.
Have a good night. And remember, there's always something.
Thank you. Have a good night.
So when Viamir shut the door behind him, basically closing Law out of the room, Law went to go check on the mother.
As you check on the mother, she is in the middle of Awin's suit, stitching it together. She has very obnoxiously loud opera music playing. And she has her phone to her ear as she just kind of leans her head to her shoulder as she is just making a suit.
I'll attempt to knock over the sound of the opera music.
Make a performance check.
Well, only a 5 on the die, but I'm a bard, so that's a 13 total.
Her perception, unfortunately, is a 4. She does not hear you above everything that she is doing. But she seems okay.
Law's gonna walk up and tap her on the shoulder.
As you do, she screams. The phone flies from her shoulder, lands on the floor, and you hear as it shatters the glass.
He'll lean down to pick it up for her. Sorry, I didn't mean to sneak up on you.
She looks. The phone is off. She takes it. I'm not sure how much money you thought you were spending, but this will also come to your total.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I tried to get your attention.
I was very busy, but you have my attention now.
I was curious about your daughter Allison and her talents.
Why? She's a meager little mouse. She's not as talented as my other daughters. No, she means nothing. She's an extra hand. You wouldn't want her. She is still a novice.
So then it wouldn't hurt your business to part with her then?
I will not let you take my daughter, no. Family should stay close, even if they are useless.
I see.
She has no other skills other than making suits or dresses and enchanting them and putting her little touches into them. Other than that, she is absolutely useless. She needs my help to survive.
Very well. I do apologize about your phone.
That's all right. You'll be paying for it.
I mean, again, it's not my fault that you dropped it. I tried to get your attention, ma'am.
You look like an artist yourself. Wouldn't you understand that An artist shouldn't disturb another artist while they're busy.
I'm sorry, there was a ruckus outside and my friend was shot. I was actually coming to check in on you, making sure that you were okay and safe.
I'm perfectly fine. As for your friend, he should not get shot. Or be doing things to get himself shot. Or herself. Now, if you need anything else, please tell me. Otherwise, I have your friend's lovely captain's suit to get putting back together.
Very well. And Law will leave.
Okay.
As he does, I'm going to sleight of hand Wanda Scowls on her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful 24 on sleight of hand.
Not that you see it, but her face turns into an immediate scowl. And she'll be scowling for the next... How long is it?
Just a minute.
Just a minute. She will be giving
Just
deep,
enough to
deep
make her think about what she's done.
Nicely done. Nicely done. If you guys have nothing else you wish to do, I will move the time ahead to the end of your suits being made.
All Law will say as he comes out is, I'm starting to not like this town. And he'll sit down and we could pass the time.
Okay. As time passes, 4 hours, 2 suits are produced. One for Awen, and one for Law. Law, yours is very traditional Dullahanian, with a royal blue and a white spine up the back, with black trimmings. Awen, yours as well. It's light blues, golds, silvers and trimmings. And along the back, where would normally be a white spine, is outlined in pure jet black thread. The outline of the Dullahanian spine. Up the middle back. The total cost of these suits is 100 gold pieces total.
Awen's going to just look at Law when she's kind of like, oh, it's 100 gold, and Awen's just going to kind of be like, yeah, maybe Law, I could probably put like a couple gold pieces towards it.
Law puts down the 100 gold.
Okay. She takes it, smiles, puts it away, points you both to the changing room to get dressed. As I assume you both do.
Yeah, Awen will go put it on.
Yep.
Alright. The two of you look smashing. Probably the best dressed any of you have actually seen Law or Awen ever look.
You both look ridiculous.
You look ridiculous.
And I think with that, as you all step outside...
You paid the gold for this? Terrible.
As you step outside of the silken sheets...
I gotta agree with Biomir on this one, guys.
Sin just... I don't know, I think they look really good and handsome. Maybe it will get them both more confidence. As you all step out, looking quite sharp, to make your way to the nobles' houses, the 3 women's homes. That's where we're going to end tonight, as there has been a lot of information uncovered and threats thrown around. I think that's a good point to put a pin in it. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. again, I love Doulahan, and I can't wait to come back to this town next week. If it was up to me, we would be playing at least for another 6 hours. But we're all adults here. So guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Thank you so much to those who have followed the Twitch channel and joined our family and support us with your eyes and your ears and your time. It is fantastic to have you with us. I look forward to next week. Catch us this Saturday for The Other Side of the World with the Azure Adventurers Guild, and this Sunday afternoon as well. Thank you so much, everyone. I can't wait to see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye now.